it wasn't the result that pained me the most, it was the process through everything, or it was what or how I heard or how I knew or how it came about. Coming from a pageant in 2018 that was staged in an arena, you know, you really find that energy. You want to feed off the energy of the crowd, of the people cheering your name, whether it's not your name, you know, you just feed off everyone around you. And that's what I was looking for during the prelims, because it was our first run through the whole pageant. And the first feeling when you step on stage in an empty studio with only the production and the judges there. So it was hard to muster up that energy, to get that groove when you walk on stage. And I must say, watching everybody in preliminaries, it was so different from watching the girls on finals. Because come finals, we had a different aura. We knew how to get that energy, and you have to get that energy through yourself and through the energy of the girl. When they said that everything was going to be taped, we actually had comments in the backstage that, can we just really crown the winner? Because that's one of the moments that you would wait for as a contestant, that crowning moment, that authentic crowning moment, because that's when you're going to really show what you're feeling. We were all crowned, Bella, Pauline, Rabia, and it was a experience that you can't explain. We had our pageant Friday, right? And then Saturday, we had rest, I think. And then Saturday night, as I said already before, unfortunately, I already knew, sort of course, hindi pa naman siya pinapalabas sa TV, but I sort of knew already what was going to happen. So, feeling bad, it really kept me up at night, as I wasn't able to sleep, I wasn't able to really get some rest and prepare, because it was an early day the next morning to watch the pageant. So the next morning, I knew I was going to be late to go down and watch the pageant, so I was watching it through my TV in the room where it was streaming on GMA. So when I was watching everything, I knew that it was almost done. Like, they were almost going to, we were towards Q&A already, or long gown already, if I'm not mistaken. So that's when I went down, and I said this already before, that when I was watching, you know, it was really hard, because you know you weren't going to win, and you know that all the efforts from the past 10 months at that moment felt so irrelevant to me. There were already news circulating Saturday night that, oh, Michelle won. Even my family called me that somebody told them already, and my boyfriend told me na, hey, there was news that you won. And I was like, I don't know, like, there wasn't any news yet on our end. So it was really hard to take everything in on that specific day, because all the stress coming from being away for 10 days in that bubble, and just all the pressures for 10 months, all the preparation that you had for the past 10 months, all came crashing down in that one day. And you know, with all the questions that people were asking, why didn't you win? And I was like, I don't know. Like, somebody really wins, somebody loses in the it's a pageant. It's a pageant, so it's normal. And when people were starting to ask me, I started to ask myself. You know, I survived the whole night and still woke up in the morning prepared and went down, but when it was just too much to handle around me, that's when I knew that I had to take some time for myself. And I knew that at that moment, it was selfish that I left Baguio suddenly, but it was a decision that I had to make for myself. You know, for 10 months, looking back, you put the organization first, you put the people first because you joined the pageant, you put production first and all the requirements first. And that's when I knew that it's over, it's done, and now I can take some time for myself. So napaagad ng konti yung pag-uwi ko sa Baguio. I really went home by myself, not with the group. And I knew that at that moment, it's what I had to do. When I had time to think and really take everything in, it wasn't the result that pained me the most, it was the process through everything, or it was what or how I heard or how I knew or how it came about. If I were to describe my Miss Universe Philippines experience, it was both inspiring, humbling, and inspiring. Because I really learned a lot, not only through the experience, but also through the people around me. And it inspired me to work harder and to know that anything is possible if you really just go for your dreams and to go for what you want. And I know that afterwards there would be a lot of opportunities that would open up, not because you joined Miss Universe Philippines, but because of all the lessons that you learned from Miss Universe Philippines, of being part of a pageant, being part of something so challenging in the midst of a pandemic. I think it really made us into empowered Filipinas, because we had to go through all that, all the challenges, all the difficulties, and yet in the end, your greatest reward is to be a better person. To become truly phenomenal, there are a lot of sacrifices, a lot of challenges to overcome, but in the end, you are truly phenomenal if you never give up.